Welcome to Colorful Journeys of Success. Claire Mullen, producer, host, and author of Color Wheeling for Success, explores with her guests the stages of success in their lives. This show highlights leaders, teachers, coaches, mentors, and even parents who are role models who help change our world. How have you succeeded, and who was your teacher and inspiration? Now, who are the people you teach and inspire? Listen to and watch our fascinating guests as they share colorful stories of success and how they help inspire. Now, here's Claire, the color wheeling lady and our host.
Welcome to Colorful Journey of Success. My name is Claire Mullen. I'm so glad that you joined us because today we're going to be talking about urban farm friends. Something's going on in Sunnyvale that's really important. And I've invited my friends to share with you all about urban farm friends. So it's my pleasure to welcome Tara Martin-Milius, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, and your friend is
Victoria
Armigo. So thanks so much for joining Colorful Journey of Success. And this is an important topic, isn't it? Very important.
Hugely important.
Yeah.
It is absolutely hugely important.
Well, where do I start? I'm not sure. So, well, Tara, let's start with you because I've known you for a long time. You are on the city council. You are a woman in government. So
yes.
Thank you so much. And I'm so proud to know you. I'm honored.
Well, I'm so glad you voted for me and helped me get there. It's a fabulous place to be. It's a very interesting place to be. And of course, we have all the stuff that cities go through, as Sunnyvale does, with budgets and jobs and all the businesses and all of the development and all of the other things that go on that we need to find housing for and all of the technical stuff that goes on in the whole system. But what I wanted to highlight and talk about today was the fabulous amenities that we've got in the city of Sunnyvale. And one of the best is Full Circle Farm. And they are doing a tremendous work in sustainable agricultural practices and organic farming practices. And it's all about, I guess you could say soul food, and it's about learning, and it's about growing, and it's about the urban food system. So Victoria is a she's on the board for Circle Farm, and she's been working on it for quite a while and does a fabulous job. So she has some wonderful stories to share. Yeah, okay. Wonderful stories to share.
Well, okay, let's switch over to you and tell us a little bit about you. Now, whatever motivated you to do this, and what are you doing? And go ahead.
I came to Sunnyvale because I fell in love with the engineer, so I had to relocate from San Francisco. And it turns out I love Sunnyvale. Just love it. I ride my bike everywhere. And I started to become concerned about some of the issues for the future, issues for our children's happiness and health. And I got involved with the folks that began Full Circle Farm Sunnyvale. I worked with my partner to tear down the backstop posts and drag them across the field. I personally laid the very first layer of compost with Josh Salins, and planted the first adopt-a-tree in honor of my mother. My daughter and I did that. And then I was on the board, then I was treasurer, and now I'm advisory board doing fun things.
Oh, that's wonderful. You mentioned Josh. Now, actually, I have interviewed Josh some years ago, and I was so impressed because he was the gentleman that actually founded the community garden in Sunnyvale. Is that correct?
That's correct. He had, there was a nonprofit that was formed called Sustainable Community Gardens, and Josh brought in the Charles Street Project, which is behind Sunnyvale Public Library. So when Teresa O'Neill found out that this particular 11-acre parcel was going to become available to the public for some type of utilization, she approached Josh and said, can you do a community garden there? And so he showed up, 2 other people, Liz Snyder and Linda Perrine, showed up at the meeting where Teresa was, and they put together a proposal and miraculously won the project.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it was
Fantastic.
pretty cool. Yeah.
So not only does Sunnyvale have the community garden by the library, but
That's
also
right.
they have the farm, what I know of as the farm,
Yeah.
the community farm.
Yeah.
And isn't that wonderful? And wouldn't it be fantastic if all the cities in the United States of America had the same, a garden and a farm? But I guess maybe that's not really possible because we have the climate, right?
We have the climate, but everybody has soil.
All right.
So every little patch of soil, I personally think, could be planted with whatever trees are appropriate or whatever edible gardens are appropriate for that particular city. In Sunnyvale, I'd like to see more. I'd like to see, you know, city halls, little patches of soil all in the parking lot planted with edible gardens and fruit trees and nut trees and you name it.
Oh, I know what. Can I invite you over to my backyard?
You might have more fun in my backyard. I've got chickens running around.
That would be nice. So that would be wonderful because I did plant 2 apple trees, 2 fruit trees, no, pluot.
Pluot, yes.
Pluot trees last year, and I've already received, they're delicious.
Yes.
Absolutely delicious. And my avocado is that tree is finally starting to produce, and so I wanted to give that also to you, Tara, as your birthday present. Is an avocado from my tree.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
But let's get back to what you're here about. Let's talk about what does it take to actually create a farm,
Well,
a community farm, I get.
First off, it takes a whole lot of collaboration
All
with
right.
a whole lot of different entities. Full Circle Farm, and you talked a little bit about the history of it, but Full Circle Farm is on Santa Clara County land in a school district in Santa Clara and is in the city of Sunnyvale. So there are lots of bits and pieces that fit together to make things work, including the zoning, including all the technical stuff that the city does, but they also do much more than sustainable gardening. And one of the things that you have just put on is the Food Fest.
Yes, Slow Money Food Fest we did this past weekend. So we brought the ideals of slow money into South Bay, where I hope to create a revolution.
Explain what that means. Though.
Slow money is investing some of your money as if food, farms, and fertility mattered.
All right. So you're suggesting or you're saying that people are going to be sending donations? Is that what you're...
Oh no, personally I have about 8 different slow money investments that I'm currently engaged in. So I might loan money to a small local farmer and then give them a very good rate and they pay me back. And then,
I see.
yeah.
Okay, all right.
The slow money is in contrast to the Wall Street money, right?
It's in contrast to the fast money.
Yeah. And so
all right.
it's a slower growth, it's a lower, more accessible loan.
I've just never heard that phrase.
Okay.
Oh, well, you're going to really have to come to my backyard.
Okay, to see the chicks.
Yeah, not only the chicks, but also this slow money goes into sustainable practices. It goes into the organic practices that make good, healthy food for healthy children and by extension, a healthy society, brains that are ready to learn, all kinds of wonderful things that growing children need. And if we can do these kinds of things that you're doing, which you might talk a little bit more about some of the things that you're doing over there, then I think we have, not only you have created more community, but you have created a healthier community for everybody. So talk a little bit more about the organics that you sell and how that does, and who else you've partnered with.
Well, we've got 11 acres.
You have 11 acres.
11 acres behind Peterson Middle School. Okay, so in one corner there's the children's garden, right? So the Peterson Middle School students come over and they get some farm-based education there. They have their own chickens, they have their own raised beds, they have a cob oven that was provided to us by Kaiser, and they make pizza there with the vegetables that they've grown themselves.
Did you say an oven?
Yeah, a cob oven.
I don't know what a cob oven is.
It's a beautiful outdoor oven where you bake pizzas inside, and it's very lovely, and the kids love it. And then there's the whole community garden, which is run by Dan and Melissa, and they're full-time volunteers. And so anybody can drop into the farm Wednesday morning or Saturday morning, volunteer, and go home with vegetables for free. Wednesdays tends to be moms with their little kids. Saturdays tends to be teenage boys. You know, we have a lot of boys that come to sign off their community service when they get into trouble. And then once they've completed their commitment, they stay. They love it so much.
Isn't that wonderful? I think not only that, but what was coming to my mind was this is fantastic for brain training. Our brains need the healthy food, and so this is my background as far as brain training. So I really encourage people to pay attention to what they're eating for their brain, how they can grow their brain. Just a thought.
I think it's a whole system, a whole healthy system. It's the soil, getting into the soil, breathing the soil, working with the soil. You can't do that with dirt full of toxic pesticides. But children can get into healthy organic soils and play in it. We have HP built a children's garden for us. And it's got the biggest feature of this particular garden is the huge mound of soil. And that's what the children gravitate towards. And they have their compost bin, and there's like a teepee with, you know, beautiful flowers and vines growing up the side. But mostly the kids are all about that mound of soil in the children's garden. And that's just one corner of the farm. We've got a whole production farm, internship program, 300 tree orchard, many different beekeepers.
And so you have a sprinkling system to water, or do people have to water?
We have drip. We've got funding to put in drip irrigation, so we have that in the production farm because we have a CSA program.
What is CSA?
Community Supported Agriculture.
Okay.
Anybody can come to the farm, sign up for a quarter of a year for $300, $325 depending, and purchase a share of what we grow on the farm. And then they come once a week to pick up their vegetables. I'm always there on Thursdays from 3 to 6 to greet our CSA shareholders, answer questions, you know, talk about what to do with this strange looking vegetable that we don't always know what to do with. And it's really nice.
I'm just so impressed. I'm really so impressed. I didn't know some of the information that you're giving us today, and I'm certainly happy to know that our viewers are learning about what's going on here. This
well,
is
that's
fantastic.
not. Of course, that's not all that goes on there. Because
tell me more. Tell me more.
It's also a learning garden. So you have composting classes. You have sustainable farming practices taught. You also have
chicken class. I just taught a self-watering planter workshop to people, and all these women came, and we built these self-water for people who kill their vegetables when they're in their yard. This is a no-fail system, right? And so we built these planters, and it was a collaboration of community members who all volunteered to put the program together and executed it, and people showed up, and we had a blast.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
And if that's not enough, she's doing Shakespeare in the farm.
Yeah, we have Shakespeare going all this month.
Oh, wonderful.
So FTE Shakes Festival ensemble comes, and this is their 3rd year, and they set up this beautiful Shakespeare stage, and then on the weekends they have shows. This year it's Julius Caesar, Much Ado About Nothing, and the Pirates of Port Royal, or something like that.
So, food for the brain, food for thought,
Food
sustainable food for the heart,
Yeah.
and food for the community.
Yes.
So, I mean, and we've got collaborations with community members, our residents.
Yes.
We've got collaborations with schools. We've got collaborations with the city, the county, and you've put together other collaborations in terms of the Slow Money Fest that you just put on.
Yes. That was all Northern California. People from all over Northern California were in
Oh,
Sunnyvale
really?
and didn't know, and now they do.
And now they do.
And what other, you have some very interesting products besides just the grown products, right?
Yes, we've got Whole Grain Connection. We sell some of their pasta in our farm stand, and that is drought-resistant, sustainably grown wheat products, which is really densely nutritious, not like anything you could buy at a supermarket. And we sell that in the farm stand. Olive oils, our beekeeper Mark Patterson.
Is that where the olive oil comes from? Is it bees?
No.
Oh.
We sell olive oil, and Mark Patterson takes care of the bees, and there are some other beekeepers that do. And then they package, they harvest the honey, package it up. They sell it to us at the farm. We sell it at the farm stand at a markup. And that's how the beekeeper makes its money, and then we make a little money, and the bees have a place to live, and the whole system is just elegant.
And everybody's happy.
It's a very virtuous system.
Yes.
And one of the things that you may or may not have known about honey is that it has histamine properties.
Okay.
And so this is specific honey from Sunnyvale, from the flowers, from the Charles Street Gardens, from the Holsoker Farm. So it has all the pollens that Sunnyvale has. So if you've got allergies, that honey will help keep those allergies in check because it acts as a histamine, antihistamine.
Yeah, a teaspoon a day. That's what I do. I don't take drugs. I eat honey.
Yep.
Interesting.
And it's specific to Sunnyvale. There is no other honey that tastes quite like it.
That's right.
Thank you, honey, for telling us.
So what I'd like you to consider here is you have what I would call a virtuous system. Now what we have to do from my point of view is be able to scale this up hugely so that our entire city and region have the same availability as our Rainer Park neighbors to have direct access to pesticide-free, herbicide-free, chemical-free foods that you can build a fast food out of wonderful food. It doesn't have to be cookies, sugar, and sodas, right?
Yeah.
So you have something that really is very nutritious, particularly for the schools, for the kids. We need to have healthy
How about
meals
for the
children.
senior citizens?
And for senior citizens.
Well,
And
for
so-
everybody.
For everybody. There's nobody that doesn't need it.
Well, that's
so we're looking at, from my point of view, Boston did something that was fabulous. They take kids that are coming out of juvie who are trained in either food or agriculture. They have spaces for them to do these little mini acre and sometimes less farms that are in the city. They have somebody who's an aggregator that aggregates all this stuff. It goes to a food processor who is another. These are for-profit businesses, by the way, for-profit businesses. And they do food processing. I don't mean food processing as
Value add.
but value added. So they make meals on wheels, meals for seniors. They deliver to the schools. They deliver to all these places. The other aggregator delivers to that group. They also deliver to the high-end, very high-end restaurants who get the perfect little arugula and you know, whatever else that they buy from from the fresh foods. And so we have a very virtuous system there. And then the kids that are coming out of juvie all are now contributing to not only the food, but the whole society. And they've also made another thing that half of the fresh food on food trucks has to be from this system. So it has to be organically grown, sustainable food, so that everybody is getting good food all the way around.
I have a question though, because we have this climate in California.
We have more opportunities than almost anybody else in the States.
You know, you were talking about Boston. How do they handle that with their climate compared to what we do?
Different crops.
Okay.
Different crops. Different strokes for different environments, of course. We have huge opportunities here because we can do citrus, we can do beets, we can do, the only thing that doesn't work as well as sometimes is our cold stone fruits that need a little cold over the winter in order to form.
Well, we had that good freeze.
We had it this year, but we don't always have it that way. So, so we have the opportunity. We have some of the wonderful systems that are already set up a little bit. They're not a fully realized system yet, but if we can do that, then we will have another kind of a virtuous system here. And Sacramento has something similar that's called farm to fork. And again, it's organic. It goes right from the farm to whatever the sales point is.
Wow.
So they're connecting buyers and sellers in some way.
So I have another question because we have a relatively short time, maybe about 5 minutes to go. Goals. What do you see the future as five years from here? In fact, we have 5 minutes to go.
Okay.
So,
we can take a minute for each year. Sorry.
No, I wanted to kind of like maybe summarize, but your future, our future, either just Sunnyvale, but also kind of like Urban Farm Friends is the name of this particular episode. How do you see in 5 years the change? How's it going?
I see more people in Sunnyvale, even more people in the wider Santa Clara Valley coming to the farm, getting connected to the soil, allowing that experience to color and inspire what they do in their life. It's transformative when you hold a chicken in your lap and it falls asleep. I know, because that's what happened to me.
I can just imagine that. I think I can. So your future will still be with the farm 5 years from now?
I'm not going anywhere.
Okay, all right.
Been here.
And all right, Tara.
From my point of view, I'm looking at kind of the system in which this exists, this mini system exists. I would love to see this scaled up, collaboration with the schools for other kinds of community gardens shared with learning gardens, teaching gardens, and I'd love to see some permaculture kinds of examples. I'd love to see a class in that. If
more education
in it, but regionally we can do a lot better. We can. You're having some challenges in being able to grow enough for. Yeah, we know.
Give us some money.
We need some money.
Oh, I thought you were holding a chicken.
More money means more paid staff. Our young people need to be paid.
Yes, yes.
That would be good.
Paid internships become very important.
You know what I would like to see is a little bit of, because I write about brain injury and brain training and things like that, that if we can maybe collaborate on that topic, we can talk about that later, but that's kind of like just a vision that I would love to see.
Let's keep talking.
Well, good food for the brain makes good thinking and good processes.
Yes, yes.
So health, mental health, physical health. It all comes down to the food
And
we
Tara,
eat.
since you aren't the woman in government, your future, quick. Where are you going to be?
Well, hopefully I'll be
Not
in,
necessarily just with the farm, but you know,
hopefully I'll still be in city council, and hopefully I'll be working with water issues and farm issues and food issues for sustainable systems within not only the city but in the region.
Mayor.
Yeah, mayor.
Mayor. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
I can see her as mayor.
Absolutely.
Next term. Next term.
Next term. Well, let's see. Well, who's going to be our next president? But really, seriously, Tara, thank you so much for coming.
My pleasure.
Really,
My pleasure.
I'm so glad that you came.
Thank you for the gift of the show.
Thank you so much. This has been wonderful. I think it's a very important topic for our community, for all of us. I mean, really, what you're doing is fabulous, just fabulous.
Thank you.
So thank you so much for putting your time and effort and life into this.
Absolutely.
You're an angel. So, if we can, if I can help, I don't know if, what I offer is television shows and interviews and things like that. So maybe we can talk about some other ideas for that too. And certainly, Tara, I'd be happy to help you in any way I can.
Thank you so much.
And okay, thank you so much for joining Colorful Journey of Success. I thought today's topic was excellent. Urban food friends. You learned a lot. I certainly learned a lot. Let's all get involved and help them. But now, if you particularly have if you have a topic that you would like to talk about, let me know. My name is Claire Mullen. I am the host and the producer of Colorful Journey of Success. We want to hear you. We want to hear from you. We want to hear your ideas and what's going on in our community. Not necessarily just Sunnyvale. How can we grow our community? How can we help each other? How can we continue to help each other? So my name again is Claire Mullen. Just contact me, 6colors@sbcglobal.net. Again, 6colors@sbcglobal.net. I want to hear your ideas. So thank you to you for joining us. Thank you, of course, to our guests. Thank you to the studio and to our crew. They did a fabulous job today. Oh, and God bless you. Enjoy your life. Enjoy your life. Bye for now. Bye-bye.